The least cost route was calculated according to the rate that we pay to the vendor. But of course, if we provide a service, we want it to be profitable. Let's suppose our customer pays us 10 cents a minute for calls to Zimbabwe. Imagine that our carriers A and B, the cheapest ones, are unavailable for some reason, and we also excluded carrier C by setting hunt stop on our carrier D. So anything with a preference less than 4 is excluded. So carrier C has a preference of 3 and it is excluded. Then the calls will be routed through carrier D at 25 cents a minute. This means that each minute spent by our customer talking through carrier D generates us a 15 cents loss. If the customer talks for 10 minutes, we are going to make a $1.50 loss. If we have 1,000 such customers and they all make 10-minute calls, we immediately start counting our losses by thousands of dollars. It is not, of course, an acceptable situation for us, and we need to instruct our portability system to avoid it. The idea is to limit our losses by setting a minimum profit threshold. The minimum profit threshold is set also in our routing plan. Let's say we want to make at least 1.75 cents of profit per minute of call. Our list will be automatically reduced just to carrier A. We have already excluded C by setting a hunt stop, and B and D are also excluded because the profit is below the threshold we've just set. Let's simulate this again on our web interface. We go to our test routing plan. And instead of going to route categories, now let's go to profit guarantee. And let's enable the toggle here. We can set the minimum profit both as an absolute or a relative value. Let's use absolute profit parameter and let it be 1.75 cents a minute. We can also activate alerts about losses, about calls with losses. Okay, let's click Save and go back to our routing simulation to check our list now. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's not forget to select our routing plan here, and let's click Save. The result hasn't changed. It is the same as before. The result is the same because we don't know the price that we are going to charge the customer for this service. Basically, we cannot test if we are making a profit using route simulation.